Yo,
You.
yo. I just posted two articles to this thread about Stephanie Joosten, this woman who is not a real woman who is being used. Her image is being used to attack me and has been for years. She's multiple women. There's a group of people attacking me. What I posted was Freddie Overstegen, a Dutch woman. These are pretending to be Dutch women if they are not, and Stephanie Yosten is. These women would seduce using their looks. They look chaste and like Stephanie Yosten, who wouldn't a character that would not attack you at your sexuality, and they would lure men back to the woods and assassinate them. And I believe that's what this character is. You can clearly see the image, and it's talking about a ritual, and her image is being used in a way which is clear and against me. You can see the imagery in this, the like this, and it's. I mean, they literally branded that. They made it into a brand, and I believe the next article is about a woman in an Iranian Britain to get diplomatic protection. And I'm asking some country, somewhere, some group that has diplomatic immunity to provide that for me so that I can't be harassed and abused here by the Houston Police Department, because it's really evident that not only have they not helped me with the Stephanie Yosten character, that Stephanie Yosten might be a form of law enforcement, and that they're using the image artistically, specifically to abuse my family and I. We aren't Nazis. That's a Buffalo soldier and a Vietnam veteran, and I am a model citizen. I'm not causing problems here. So please take this into note. I'm going to say a little bit more on this. Yeah. That was my knee, if you could hear that. Okay, let me get my things together. I put my jacket and stuff back on because I'm like, if I go to the bail bond place and I miss something today and the police want to arrest me, if I get booked back in, booking is cold. Like, they keep it really cold in the jail, and I'm hurting, and the cold doesn't help the hurting. It makes it worse. So again, this is torture. They know that. They're not helping me. Like, there's no reason I need to be in there. They've just thrown me into this place where they're torturing me for no reason. For a bad reason. I mean, seriously. For a bad reason. And so I'm gonna do it from here as an open. So that is alright. Yo. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, you wanna come inside for a moment?
Sure.
Alright,
I'll be there. I'll help you carry your stuff up.
okay. Alright, love you. Yeah. Water. How are you feeling? Did you see the drunk guy stumbling in here?
Huh?
Did you ever see the drunk guy that stumbled in here? I've been, I document my life on YouTube, right? Or I document my life. I'm recording everything, and on the GoPro. And so one night that I forgot to lock the gate. Like, I came in, I had been going back in and out, and I came in and just sat down, I think, and I forgot to lock it. And a drunk guy, like, just randomly barges into the house, and he like is incoherent and causing, like, he wants to be in here and whatever, and he like works his way this way.
Were you
And
asleep or awake or?
I was awake, and the issue is, so I was sitting on the couch. The couch was arranged like this, and the computer was, this whole thing was shifted like it used to be. And when he came in, like he got into here, and I was just trying to pull him out. I was just trying to like get him out, and he was like, "Is that it?" And I was like, he's like, "You aren't even trying, man." I was like, "I guess not." And so then I jumped up on him, and by the way, this fell apart while I was looking at something. I can show you what happened, but like it didn't happen. This hadn't happened when that. But because I tried to lift it up, it was still connected at one point, and it just fell apart. Anyway, but I had to choke him out, so I choked him out, and like I put him in a chokehold, like I jumped around his neck and got him like up on, like I jumped around him and then grabbed him by the neck and choked him out. And we were laying on like I had him down here. I was like with him on the ground. I was like, "Are you gonna be okay? I mean, are you gonna be good?" And he was like, I didn't want to kill him or hurt him or anything, and I just choked him out and like got him up and started taking him out, right? And so when I get him to about here, he wants to be in the house still, and he pushes back on me, and I fell back and like knocked this over, and dirt came, and there's still dirt here, but the people came and she kind of cleaned it a bit.
What
Like
people?
I had Molly Maid come, and I paid them a little bit to help me clean, and I mean, it needed it. It's still not 100%, but I mean, they would have to be here for hours, and we'd have to redo everything. And
A lot of this stuff needs to go in the garbage. That's part of it.
yeah, and I want to talk to you about some stuff on the way, but just I appreciate you helping me here. I can show you the video. The issue is with that. Normally, you would have caught the whole thing. The camera went out because sometimes like it has 50 minutes and then the battery goes out. Then I put a new one in, right? So it was at like 50. It ran out and then 5 minutes. Like I didn't hear it go out, and like 5 minutes later or something, he walks in. He stumbles in.
Yeah.
But I have the video from when I get him out and he's like throwing up all over the porch and stuff. Like there was vomit and stuff like, but I ended up, his name was Cam. I got him, like I'll show you the video if you would like to see.
I really wouldn't.
It is, and I would really like help because I'm going through it and I don't think I have to. And I think even what I have as video is like something that could be monetized, by the way. And even people have suggested that to me. And I would, I think that if you just help me and work with me, we would be more than good as a family. So I know that you're working with me in the way that you want, but I'm saying work with me in the way I want, and you'll be more than good, I'll be more than good, and I'm being like hurt and attacked by a thing. How long are we gonna stay, by the way? Because that'll affect what I take with me. So am I gonna go wash clothes and shower, and then are we gonna eat?
I think Daddy's gonna. Then he was going to not the grocery store, but he's going to the El Pollo Loco.
Okay.
And then we're going to the CVS. Don't you want to go to the CVS?
Yeah, I do.
So we'll go to the bail bonds place, and let's take your clothes that you want to wash, and then we'll go by the house and we'll put that stuff in the washer, and then we'll go over to CVS.
Okay. That sounds good.
And you can come back and you can take a bath.
Here? I can't
No.
take a bath here. Oh, okay. As I say, there's no hot water here, and I think I need hot water to wash well. Or I'd like hot water because I'm
Right.
And I tried to get the plumbers here. That's when the police came. The police are watching me. They're trying to harass me from keeping me to do anything. Like actually, the police are causing really problems here, and like the judge even agreed like the charge wasn't valid, and I believe they need to. I believe if this is public, so I'm working with my friends to try to put this on the news. If this is on the news, I'm not being harassed like this. I'm not just asking you to do that, but I believe that you have enough weight to where if you say, yeah, my son's being bullied by these people, that I can get support. And I've even asked on Twitter, I've asked for diplomatic immunity from some group because I can see that just today it was offered to an Iranian woman who was in prison, and I'm being harassed. Like I think they've been watching us for a while, and instead of helping me with the Stephanie Houston thing, they've been harassing me. And I think they've told you things, but they aren't backing you up in the way that they've told you or anybody. They're acting like criminals.
Let's get ready and let's go. Okay?
Okay. Like like I mean, I was hit by a car and they put a felony charge on me. They knew where I was. They like tried to say that they put a warrant on me and like, I mean, I was just here. They could have just came. Nick, the detective could have come talk to me at any time. He's not actually doing that. He's not being a good detective, Mom. He's like actually being a rogue, corrupt police officer. And I would really like. I took an IA report. You get that? Like an IA report. You know what that is? Internal Affairs.
Yeah.
So I took a report to Internal Affairs, and they didn't do anything. I think there's a gang within the police that scares the police. Like, I think that scares IA, because they're just people, right? And I think we're in a public situation that they're able to block off from you by violating my rights, and then they kind of keep you unaware of it. So
Do you know that the alarm doesn't work?
yeah,
When did it stop working?
I think. Have you been paying ADT or something for this place? It's been a while. I tried it when I first got here. It wasn't working.
Well, we need to call them because I am paying them. And Daddy came over here when you went to jail, and you called me and everything, and I said, go over to your mom's house and make sure that Matthew was able to lock up. And, you know, when he came, he said, then he tried to put, that you had been able to lock up, and then he tried to put the alarm on and couldn't put it on. So what we need to do is we need to call ADT people and have them come out here.
So one of the things that I wanted to set up for this place was a like kind of a security system, and I believe there's ones that are better than just what you guys even have that are cheaper, or like that. It's kind of the newest version, and that you've just been on the older series or whatever.
You taking all your clothes here?
I'm not taking everything. Okay, so this is what I'm taking. I'll just get that one. This, I'm taking what I'm wearing, and I'm gonna take it off and like put it in that stuff and shower.
Okay.
And I won't, like, I think I need to get this dry cleaned, but not, I mean, I'll do it down here or somewhere by like one less thing or something.
Why do you say dry clean?
It needs to be cleaned.
It can be washed, I'm
Can it be
sure.
washed? And
But
will it-
the problem with it is, it'll take a while to dry. That's the problem.
Okay.
I mean, you couldn't probably wear it back. You'd probably have to put it on a hanger. I mean, I'll try to dry it a little bit, but you wouldn't want to dry it too much.
Okay, there's blood in it, there's blood on my pants and stuff. Like, did you see the video of me? Yo. Make sure I have it. I think I can get, another thought I had is, I mean, this place could be a air bed and breakfast. Like, there was a lot of things. When I had money, I could have bought the lots next door and built something. I mean, it's the lot, and the lot next door is only, it's not very expensive. Do you know that? I mean, actually. And
It's for sale.
yeah, I mean, well, I think some of them might be, but I believe you can contact the owner. I mean, I don't believe we're gonna sell, right? And like, at least not anytime soon. I actually believe that's part of the reason, like, I think people are trying to harass me, me harass you guys, get you to stay out of retirement where you don't own your house, and then get you out of that house and buy it, and then they have successfully taken that house from you. And I believe like this is an active form of like battle that's going, like actually property battle. Like this is how people, like they just don't care, and they're sociopaths and they don't care. I think we can not have to experience a lot of bad things. Let me just, I'm talking a lot. Let me grab my stuff together. That black hamper, this thing,
You're taking the jacket. I mean, we can wash it.
yeah.
And we can try it. We'll dry it a little
Wait,
bit,
I'm
and then we'll
just-
hang it up.
I'll take it for sure. We can talk about it in a little bit. And let's see. For the hit and run, I got this, but I don't really particularly want to press charges on that woman, to be honest. And I really don't. I mean, I don't have a reason to. Here, do you want to take the?
Well, it depends on whether or not, you know, first of all, when you're a pedestrian, is this water?
Those are empty. And I'm going to get a water filter in here, and I'll just have a bunch of water bottles that I fill up, and I can put in the thing. And I mean, I'm trying not to spend a bunch of money, because all we have to do is wait it out with crypto, and we have an in before the internet. And trust me, I think there are things to help you, not just money-wise, that affect your reality more than you can realize. And I can explain it to you. we kind of gotta go though. Like I mean, when I say we gotta go, I don't want to stay here forever. So let me get my shoes on, and I'm gonna take this backpack. So let me get.
Yeah, we need to call, like Monday or something, we need to call ADT because it's what we have and it's wired for it and, I'm paying for it and.
But that's not always the best. I mean, seriously, I know that you've done that, and I appreciate the way that you do things. But we might be able to get a cheaper, better, like.
Let's go.
Thing. I mean.
Go. Well, I don't know about cheaper. I mean, it's cheaper. It's already paid for. So yeah.
Well, one of my things
it
is.
may not be the best thing in the whole world, but
Well,
it's
I
paid
think
for.
I think you'd have to get it because I think you'd have to get a new pad, and probably rewire it. And what I'm saying is, I kind of want to set up a thing where there's video here, like, Mom, people are going to a place where it's like everything's wired. You're live streaming from your house. I'm live streaming, or you have that capability where you just talk to people face to face. I mean, I really believe that something has slowed down our family's progress. What?
Nothing.
On this. You call me ADHD, I think you're ADHD. Mom. Do you think so?
I could be. That's possible.
I mean, you like to juggle a ton of stuff, right? You like to have a lot of different, carry a bunch of different plates, right?
Right. Are all these dirty, or they're not dirty?
No, it's the black hamper that you're taking, or that we're taking.
This one.
Yeah.
And the other ones are
Be
clean?
careful here. I mean, yes, just chill. You're ADHD, seriously.
How do I get out of here?
You don't get out at just one moment. Just here, close the door. Bring that back in for one moment. Please close the door. I'm not confining you. I just need, like, you could even have opened that gate and just taken that to the car, but I'm not. I mean, just one moment. I'm just grabbing the remainder of what I'd like to take, and then we can go. It's just I'm going slow because it hurts because I got hit by a car. No one's taking my life into consideration. By the way, the thing that I'm saying where I've been hurt by these people and they've dislocated my leg, and I can prove it, but no one wants to listen to me, it hurts more every day. I'm being raped every day. Even Mick Sally said that. She was being raped by the system. I'm being abused by the system, Mom. And it hurts more than the car wreck. The car wreck just added, I mean, getting hit by a car. The car, being hit by a car just added to it. Like, actually, it hurts more that I got hit. I mean, it hurts more than getting hit by a car. Mom. Will you take that into consideration now? Does that make it any more realistic that I really did get hit and I'm a generally honest, I mean, I say I'm a fully honest person, it's just hard to prove this, so like, what do I do with this? How do I prove that? How do I prove that someone's hurt me in this way? It's difficult to prove, right? Okay. Are we coming back here tonight?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. You shook your head no, but then you said it didn't matter to you, so that makes sense. I mean, that, like, it didn't. Then, I get that. At first, I thought you were saying no, we weren't, so I was like, oh. Hold on. Again, I generally have a lot of things to get together, and I just got hit by a car. I mean, I know you say you can't see the car. You can see the car, Mom. You can see the whole windshield is gone. I went into the windshield and over it and landed like Spider-Man.
I I mean, I just couldn't see all that. I
Like,
remember that
like
night.
why is it being treated like, I think you've been lied to the police about me. And, they told you, they literally told you lies that you can see on YouTube are wrong. And, like, people are getting hurt over it. Actively. Like, this is a real thing. No one wants to live in a police state, and it's being empowered by this action against me, and you could fix it. Like, you could solve everyone everyone lives in a police state and is being abused by a police state system if you worked with me and not against me. Please work with me. Okay, I think that's everything here. Just make sure. I'm gonna turn this off. I mean, I got hit by a car, and I read on the news, I mean, I saw on the news while I was in jail, like some 19-year-old kid got hit in a hit and run and died. Like, do you feel blessed that I'm still alive?
Sure.
Like, you don't feel constantly I'm being blessed, but people are trying to adversarially attack me, and I can't get you to stand up for me in an appropriate fashion. I really need you to stand up for me, Mom. I'm being abused, and you're letting them do it, and it hurts. I mean, I can't cry. I can't cry. All you gotta do is say your son's being bullied. They made a fake woman to rape me.
Let's go.
Don't just say that. What if someone made someone to rape you? What would you say about that? What do you say about that, Mom? Is that okay?
I would just really like not to be talking about all
Because
this.
I've been raped, and it's hard for you to take that in because it emasculates me. And you don't want a weak son.
I just want to go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. My life has been raped away from me, and you can't stand up for me. Why won't you stand up for me properly? I'm being raped. All you gotta do is tell the news, like, speak with me on the camera.
Let's go.
Why do you talk like you're okay with it and you've allowed it? I can see you're crying because I've been raped, and
I don't want to talk about it
because you think I'm a
anymore.
weak man because you let them rape me. You let them rape me, and I'm being raped.
I want to go.
If McSally's being raped, I'm being raped,
I wanna
and
get
she
this
said it, and she's a respectable woman. I'm being raped.
I want to get this done.
You don't care about me being raped. Please, just speak about it. Speak out about it, please.
Come on, let's go.
I'm ready. I mean, just open the thing. I'm ready. I mean, I'm being raped. I don't think you have to die either. I think you can retire. I think you just have to listen to me, and we have more than enough resources, because this is the biggest scandal of all time. And I think I'm being raped and tortured, and you're letting them do it. And I'm just being very strong about it. I mean, actually, I think I'm being raped and tortured. It's just traumatizing.
Yep. You're not doing what about it that you need to do?
That's not true. I'm doing exactly what about it. What do you think I need to do? Just take it? I mean, you're saying I just need to be raped. I do lock it. You are a bad example of what a woman should say to when someone's been raped. You are a really bad example. You're a hurtful woman. What do I say? I mean, you're just saying accept it and then change your ways in the way they're saying. They're acting illegally, and it's going to come out in years that they violated my rights, and you were okay with it. Like, I really want you to speak out now. Please stop letting them do this to me. Why can't you reach out to KPRC or KHOU or ABC 13 or Fox 26 or the CW? Why can't you reach out to all of them and just write a letter on your legal letterhead? My son is being bullied and abused. This is wrong. A detective has written false probable cause about him that you can see from a YouTube video is false. I would really like people in the community to speak out for my son because I don't believe he deserves to be abused like this. Can you do that for me?
No.
Why? Why not? Why can't you do that for me?
Well, let's not, get all upset about it.
I mean, no. I mean, you aren't giving any good reason. I think you told some people to rape me. I actually believe you told people to rape me, you and Dad. I think you created this Stephanie Justin character. Has Dad had sexual contact with this woman, or have you had sexual contact with someone that you shouldn't and you're trying to cover it up?
Can you try to put this activity into context for us? What does this mean?
I mean, have you allowed them to rape me?
We don't have a lot of great on-the-ground intelligence in North Korea. We really rely.
Is there some reason you won't speak out about this? Have you participated in my rape?
No, I want you to just stop talking.
Why?
Because
Because you don't want to talk about rape because you've participated. In the least, you trying to shush me down is exactly what these rapist women are doing, and you're participating. You won't take real action. We need to go to the bail bond place, otherwise I'm gonna go to jail. I'll get a lift if you do that to me, but I'll just put this video online. I'm being hurt. I'm being hurt. Did one of your family members rape me?
do you not understand how inappropriate?
You're acting? I do. You're acting. What is inappropriate and crazy? What's inappropriate and crazy? Are you telling McSally she's inappropriate and crazy? She was raped and this is how she feels. I was attacked sexually and this is how I feel. It's gonna come out in years that you didn't protect me in the right way with this, that you won't speak. All you gotta do is say exactly what I just said on your legal letterhead, right to the news stations that I just said. My son's being cyberbullied, harassed, and abused by a group of people who are faking that they're one woman, but they're multiple women, and they have abused my son in a way that he considers rape. Please cover this, please. Can you do that for me?
No.
Why?
Because
you're empowering rapists. I mean, did the police contact you about this and you said it was okay for them to rape me?
Don't be crazy.
Yes, you did, didn't you? You aren't acknowledging this. I mean, did you say it was okay for some people to do this to me?
If you want to do this, if you want to go to the bail bondsman,
I do. We need to. You need to co-sign. I mean, I can't. That's the issue. Is you using your legal techniques have locked me in a thing where you're using the law to hurt me. I mean,
I just want you to just chill.
No, you just want to. You're trying to lock me in. You don't. It's not failure to launch. You aren't letting me launch. You have actively participated. So one of your family members raped me, right?
Of course not.
Who participated that you know?
This is crazy talk.
Who participated?
We're not
Who participated, Cheryl? Who raped me? Who do you know that raped me? You're saying it's crazy talk. I mean, you're just trying to lock me in a box and rape away my life. Like, you're participating. You're fucking participating, Cheryl. It's really obvious. You and Dad are participating. It's really fucking obvious. That's rape. I'm being raped and you're letting them rape me. You aren't actually taking real action. All you have to do is speak out about it in a realistic fashion. All you have to do in a realistic fashion is say what I just said on your legal letterhead. My son is being cyberbullied. My son is being bullied, harassed, and abused. A police officer wrote probable cause that even a judge found was not valid. Please speak up about this. These things aren't on the news while the other people's things are on the news. Did you make some kind of deal where they can abuse me using the magistrate? If so, that's illegal. And you've been doing it since my childhood, and Child Protective Services should deal with you. I mean, actively. That's abuse. You've been abusing me. I don't have any way and I don't have any rights that you aren't abusing and exerting over in a way which is illegal. I mean, are you and Dad the witnesses that stand before the throne? Because literally some form of magistrate had to put itself on me to end this because you're acting like a computer's exerting over your brain or something. Like, you aren't acting human. You're acting like an abusive woman that is so, you aren't acting like Mom.
Do you realize how crazy all this is, what you're saying? Do you realize?
No, it's not crazy. You just keep saying that because you're fucking crazy and you found that's a really good way to throw people off. You here in America, they've created a bogus mental system where they can just say people are crazy and abuse them. And the police are playing part. I mean, and I think you and Dad have played part with this thing on the police. And I think when I reached out and pulled as many fire alarms as I could, you got in trouble for it or something, and you're trying to cover your ass. The issue is, you've raped me. I've been raped. And all you have to do to end it is say that and say that you're wrong and sorry and you repent. But these people who've actively participated, they've raped me and they're raping me and torturing me and I'm dying. And you're letting them rape away my life. All you have to do is do what I just said on your legal letterhead. Say that I'm being bullied. I mean, it's really obvious they created a fake woman specifically to harass me. Why won't you say that? What is wrong with you that you can't acknowledge the truth in this? You keep saying I'm crazy, but you're crazy. I mean, they're actively doing that. You're just pretending that you can say I'm crazy and you're actively abusing away my rights. You're participating as my lawyer, locking me up. I mean, that's abuse, Mom. You're an abuser. Do you not get that? You're empowering abusers. I just got hit by a car and I was literally bleeding out still when they took me to jail. Did you arrange that? I mean, did you think that that was okay? Do you not, if you don't think that that's okay that they did that, say something. But if you do, I mean, if you think it's okay that I got hit by a car and then they took me to jail on a fake felony that even the judge was against, then you are wrong. You're Satan.
So police took you to jail after you got hit by the car?
I got hit by the car and I came back. They're watching the live stream. They even said it, and they're watching my videos, and I know that this is going on a form of public television, which is being watched, where they're trying to catch me like candid camera, but really they've raped away my life. They had no legal authority to do so. You're participating. They told you about it. You let them rape me. They're still raping me. You won't say anything realistic about it. You won't do anything right. I'm being raped, and you're a fucking rapist. And Dad's a rapist, and you guys won't fucking say fuck all. It's the most embarrassing thing to ever fucking happen ever. You let them rape me. They're fucking terrorists here in America. And I was just trying to provide for your retirement. And I would have, but you aren't actively standing up for me in a way that would be done. I mean, actively. Did you participate in raping Dad or something? And Dad's like, what? What is it? Was it Grandma? I mean, are they threatening Grandma or something? So you're like trying to stay... Yeah, that's it. I mean, they have threatened Grandma, but Mom, they aren't going to get to her, nor does anything like that happen if you speak out. I mean, but they're just going to kill us all if you don't speak out, like actively. Seriously, I need you to speak out, please.
All of this is just...
It's not crazy.
It's making me real anxious, so please stop.
Because you're just an anxious person who takes a bunch of drugs and doesn't deal with their anxiety. And it could all be fixed if you listened. I already set everything up. I've been raped, and all you gotta do is say I've been raped. Fuck. In the least, it's a form of sexual abuse. It's not okay. In the future, people provide for each other's sexuality. Right now, we're at a point where this is the case where they're trying to make it, it's not normal for people, like, in modern day society to provide. Not only that, they're attacking me at my sexuality, using the legal system. That's illegal, Mom. You need to speak out about this, else you're a rapist. You are an abusive woman. You're an abuser. And you use psychological abuse. You use mind warfare to try to rape my life away. I would have just died. You're a fucking suicidal rapist. Like, I think you've been bought off by someone. I think you've paid, like, actually. I think someone pays you money. Instead of, like, you listening to me, I think you're listening to someone and getting money. Where are you going?
I'm gonna get on 45 North.
Is there some reason you can't speak reasonably on this? Like, in what way did you participate that you can't actively engage this? Else it's just so terrible that a bunch of people are abusing our family like this, it's hard to take. But if it is, I mean, the way out of it is not to ignore it and not deal with it, it's to deal with it. And to deal with it in the way that I'm saying, because I'm very clearly laying out a concrete set of principles that will get us out of this. Not just principles. I've been through things and people will help us. But you need to stand up with me, please.
McMillan says there aren't.
So that's the way you signal, and you just are a rapist, and you're fine with signaling like that, and you never want to engage your rape behavior, and you're just one of the worst rapists to ever exist in history. And the weight of that is always going to bear on your reality. You let me be raped for months, and you haven't done anything, for years even. In fact, I think all sorts of people in high school were raping me, and you just let it happen, and you knew about it, and you didn't actively take any realistic action against it.
You don't think that's crazy talk?
No, I don't. I think you're fucking insane. I think you are one of the craziest women to ever exist, and you're going to be brought to your knees and told to repent because you let them rape me, and everybody's going to call you out on your fucking rape behavior.
At the Workforce Development Agency in Louisville, Kentucky, a hub for manufacturing, construction, and e-commerce.
There's a lot of competition where people are stealing folks from one another with modest pay increases.
And here's the thing. This seemingly contradictory best of times, worst of times.
You're a fucking rapist.
Picture of the labor market. Brad McMillan says it kind of makes sense.
Job growth really is slowing down.
You and all these women are terrible. You're worse than the men, actively. You're so sickening, it's terrible.
To have the economy do well.
Economists estimate
You just make me want to vomit. It makes me all want to vomit all the time. I mean, I'm still being raped down. You could end it right now. You won't do it. Why won't you do it? Why won't you stop hurting me? I'm hurting. I'm hurting. It hurts so fucking much. You're raping me. Fuck. Stop it. Stop it. Just say something on the camera.
So, Steve, let me start with you.
Why won't you just say something on the camera? What the fuck is wrong with you? That's when it ends, when you say something on the camera. Why are you such a fucking psycho rapist? You're a sexually abusive woman and you abused away my childhood to make some fucking rape point.
No, you have to be.
No, you're a rapist. I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to listen to you. You're a rapist and a bully. Dad knows you're a bully too. I think you're fucking raping Dad too. He could have sexual freedom, and you're raping Dad. You could even have a better sexual reality, but you're raping Dad and me, and you're letting me die. You're a rapist. There's no one I can contact. I can't contact the state bar about your rape behavior. They can't do anything. I mean, did you participate in rape behavior with Joel Macaluso? Is that it? Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Slow down to a longer term, more sustainable pace. Well, so look, first of all, it's at Kai Risdall on Twitter.
Am I right? Joel participated in this. He was probably deputized or something. And it turns out he's a rapist and a criminal. You're a rapist. You raped Dad. You raped me. You're raping everyone on the planet because we can't go anywhere better. And you just signaled that you did because you're a fucking rapist. You're the worst rapist whore ever to exist on the planet ever. Fuck, just give my bail bond and take me to Dad. I want to talk to Dad. I love Dad. I love Grandma. You've raped me. Maybe they allowed it. Maybe they're playing part in this. I think you're just a bunch of fucking Satanists or something. I mean, do you see why this is driving me crazy? Because I can't get you to acknowledge the other side of this. It's really clear I've been attacked. I mean, I've been thrown in jail after I got hit by a car and they know it and they said it. Why the fuck can't I just get you to say something realistic about it? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you such a rapist? Are you trying to get money or something out of your rape behavior?
At the same time, we've never had a downturn in a world.
I mean, I'm hurting so much. It hurts more, the thing that you've done and where you're cutting me off where you could let me go. It hurts more than...
U.S. feeling what the rest of the world is also feeling.
It hurts more than getting hit by the car. Do I live forever and you and Dad were just fine suiciding into me or something?
Is this 45 or is this I-10? I think it's I-10.
I mean, I think you passed up 45 a while back, Mom, and I think you should just get on Washington. Like, I think we should just go through the heights or something. Like, I don't think you're driving properly because you're really emotional because you raped me. Where are you taking me?
They're like, yeah, we never
Taking me to the bail bonds place.
to the right start with ours.
I think you're really flustered because you know you've participated in this abuse against me, and all that anything has to happen is you contact the news. I've been begging the news to deal with this, but I think you and Dad have some sort of ability to exert over, or something, or you just aren't wanting to engage this reality. You put me in a situation where I have my life raped away from me, and you never gave me a choice in it.
You know, yes, this is a lot of the truth. Yes, we've had indicators that have shown that things...
And I didn't have any choice. You were just going to put me in this position to where I was raped, and I have to like you. Like, I'm like Stockholm syndromed into liking you. Like, you're raping me, but it's like you're my mom. You're participating with the sorority of women that hazes people into rape through rape behavior. I don't think you're going the right direction, Mom. Okay, maybe you are. There it is, 245 North, whatever.
For just a second here, I want to touch on Elizabeth Warren's plan that came out this morning to break up the big tech companies, to break up...
I didn't rape any women. Do you know that? Look, I think a bunch of women think you're a rapist too, and that's why they're going to help me and not you. Maybe you and Dad have organized something. Did you guys rape Allison Payton or something? Is that it? Was it the Paytons? I mean, who did you rape? Did you rape Dad? There's some weird sexual dynamic that you just stay quiet on abusive behavior and you let it happen and you don't engage it, and then as I'm bringing it up because there's clearly something going on, you just continue to stay quiet on it, and there's this character of quiet, and you just want me and everybody to die because you're a rapist. I mean, actually, you're a rapist, Mom.
Would you look up on your phone and find out exactly where we're going? I don't know where Pico
You're a rapist. Why are you a rapist, Mom? Like, seriously, why can't you just fucking speak on this? What the fuck is wrong with your brain? Like, why are you so okay with abusing me? I didn't want to be in this. I didn't want... If you were birthing me into something where you rape me, I didn't want to be in this. Fuck. Fuck, fuck! Why are you a fucking rapist? You're a fucking rapist. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you for raping me. If you don't engage this, I hate you. I hate you and I want you to die I don't want you to be in my life. You raped me. And you won't speak up on it. You're the worst fucking rapist whore of a mother to ever exist fucking ever. You're just holding me in a rape cage and raping me. Why won't you fucking stop raping me? Fuck! God damn! Why are you like this? What made you into a rapist? Fuck!
Are you going to be able to go in?
Hardly! Hardly! Because you won't just do the right thing! You won't just do the right thing! I mean, I can't even cry because it's so fucking traumatizing! I keep getting traumatized! You won't stop fucking letting them traumatize me! Why are you a rapist? Fuck! Ugh. You are letting them rape me! Stop! Fuck! God, I want you to fucking burn in hell! Actually.
You know where we're going? Do you know where this is? Pecor.
I know that you're going to that place that I just said. There's no hope for you. There's only eternal burning sadness and torture. You're raping me still. You could end it right now. You could end it. If you organized something around me to give me something, it wasn't yours to do and you're raping me. If you put something together or whatever, you're a rapist. You're the worst rapist to ever exist ever. You are a rapist, Cheryl. And I can't get it over to anybody because you've used some kind of legal tactic to encage me. I mean, actively I'm asking for diplomatic immunity because you're using your ability as my mother and as a lawyer to entrap me. You have participated.
Can you calm down enough to go in here?
Yes.
We'll let Norway tout some new leadership, says
Norway. I'm gonna ask Norway for diplomatic immunity. Norway House was just down the street. Maybe they participated in my attack though, but I mean, if anybody has any sense, if they wanted to do this abuse society, they would contact me. You are an abusive woman and you've entrapped me using your legal system. Using a legal system that you knew would entrap me like this, and you aren't providing me adequate protection out of it. You haven't even engaged my civil case in the way that you should have. And I can't get you to engage this at any point on camera. You always duck away. And I just can't get you to talk about it because you're a rapist and you're fine with it, and this is your tactic. You think you're the boss from Metal Gear Solid or some shit. You're just a fucking rapist idiot who let some fucking magicians control your mind. Fuck. I mean, seriously, you let some people rape me for some money. Everybody is going to die who's connected to it. I don't give a fuck if they're part of our family. You've raped and they've raped me. Aggie agent, I mean, did Josh participate in this rape thing? Or is it just Joel? Because Joel definitely participated when he lied to you and lied to the police. How do you not get that multiple people lied to you? And if you do, why are you playing it like this? Because you're not playing it right. You're playing it abusively and like a rapist. Unless you think, well, the only way he's getting out of this is if other women think that he's like, I'm a fucking terrible rapist. Which they should. Like McSally should think you're part of that system that abused her. Because you're the part of the woman shushing other women down and shushing men who are abused down. For snaky rapist men.
Let me ask you this question, Matthew. Can you control yourself?
Was it part of Kelly Velligan?
Severe anger. I go through severe stages of hurt, but my reaction has physical consequences.
You
on my
need to
kids.
stop.
So I
Yeah, you're a
just wanna,
rapist.
like, try to, do the best I can do with it.
You and our family are rapists. You raped me. There's no way I can get out and you're trying to entrap me. But okay, let's go. Pay my bond, I guess. That's it. I mean... Because I think it becomes too obvious if you won't pay my bond at least or something, right? You're trying to still, like, stay attached to me so that you can... I think you were trying to vet me. I think the magistrate they use my parents to rape into my mind because that's a tactic that they use. They neurally link and they've brainwashed you, and literally the state abused me through you, and I don't have a legal protection against it. I believe that's what happened, and you won't speak out because it incriminates you. That's your Fifth Amendment right, but you're a rapist and an abuser.
Will you stop, please?
No.
We'll go in here.
Yeah, when we're in here, I'm gonna stop.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
Do you have any money?
On my... Give me a moment. Let me check my card. Let me check how much money I have on my card. I do have money, but I don't know how much I have on my card. So...
Because I'm not taking you anywhere.
What do you mean?
I don't want to listen to this, and I don't have to listen to this. So you can just get out of the car, go in there, we'll sign what we need to sign, and then you go back to your grandma's
Can you
house.
take me back to Grandma's house at least?
Not unless you promise me you'll shut up.
About my rape?
Shut up. You promised me that you won't
That's
talk
rape. I mean,
between now and when we get back to Grandma's house.
I'm not gonna do that. That's in principle the same rapist behavior that Stephanie Yostin is showing. Give me a moment to see if I have enough money to pay it on this card.
I'll give you cash. Do they take cash?
I mean, do you want to do that?
I can give you cash, yes.
I mean, I would be down with that.
All right, good.
I'm gonna have to change my banking password though or something. I don't even think well, maybe I did. I have to change my banking password. Do you get that I'm recording my life because you just like won't engage this right? I mean, you don't need to pay to get me home, Mom. Just pay the people here. Fine, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take the money. Thanks.
Not unless you promise me that you will stop all that talking, then I'm not going to take you home. I'm going to leave you here. You can call Lyft or
let's get done with this. We'll get done with this. Are you gonna pay for this, or are you saying I need to pay on my card?
No, I already paid for that.
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
How can we help you?
Yeah.
He is supposed to come in and sign something, maybe I am too.
Okay. Okay, this is for you. Let me check the file and let me see if you need to sign as well, okay? And you can
Okay,
send
I
it to
signed
my
a
phone.
bunch of stuff.
Oh,
but-
then you
and,
probably
so-
don't, but let me make sure. Call me back, like come to the front and tell me, hey, I really need your help. No, you need to come to the front. Yeah, you need to come to the front and tell me, hey, I really need you to get this ball because I don't understand what's going on. And say like, oh, Tom's asking for me to come right now. You heard me? What? Yeah, he better listen. Yeah. He was scared. He better be scared. He's fine. Yes. And honestly, I don't know if you heard me. I told you to make sure that you say Thompson's.
Oh, yeah, I'll say that part.
Okay.
I feel like it's nice to go.
Alright. I think we got everything. Excuse me.
It's best to read the day next week.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm ready for Christmas tomorrow.
What is?
He has to fill it out.
He just has to fill his part out.
Just do this now.
Yeah. It's 6:50. You're welcome. Have a good one. On the 5 you just said for data entering, I have a credit card authorization. For the one, for the bond you just took for data entering, I have, for the file. Did you take it to the back or did you put it in data entering? Oh, okay, never mind, thank you.
That's it? That's his copy, is that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, also they moved this hearing date. It was really confusing.
Discharge rate, yeah.
gonna move it forward to Monday when he's back in town.
Okay, yes, it is on Monday,
What time? And I think it's court 4, right?
9 a.m. This is court 4.
Okay. Correct.
Melissa, there's a few bonds that I'm working on. You want the names?
Don't you worry about it, I'll forget. I'm real busy too. I'm about to redo it there on soul, but they might be coming us down.
After you meet? You don't have to 11, no? What time do you need? 10?
This is, she doesn't need this.
Okay.
And she said that the hearing is Monday at 9.
I would like to, at least, I will calm down and not talk about that. We can talk about constructive things. Get home. I would like to, I want a hot shower. I'm really hurting. I got hit by a car. I haven't had time to even wash my rooms properly or shower right. Please help me properly.
If you.
I won't talk about Stephanie Houston, but we need to talk about the case. We need to talk about certain things in the case. Trust me, we'll talk about appropriate things. We'll talk about appropriate things. I won't talk about her. I won't talk about that part. But we do need to talk about this case and like certain aspects of it.
I don't want to talk about
I mean,
all these people anymore.
We're not going to talk about that, and I know you don't. Just like no one wanted to talk about McSally or any of the other women, or even you and your abuse. I mean, that's why you don't want to speak about me, is you think I'm like that. You think that I didn't for a long time, but there's no way to do it right. I mean, actually. And you just let them.
Just keep writing, keep writing, and then I want you to call Lyft or call whatever, or Uber,
I want to write. I mean, you're not letting me see Dad. You're abusing Dad. He has rights to see me. I have rights to see him. I mean, if I had to get a lift to go see him, that's wrong. You're tainting him against me.
You're just so crazy.
No, you're actively crazy. You take a bunch of drugs and you don't actively reconcile it. You're just a tank. You're literally a tank because you're shielded by the law. The law enforcement is using your active drug use and your abuse and the fact that I've said things for help and I reached out for
I
help.
don't have to sign anything. I'm leaving.
Stop. Okay, don't just please sign it and then we'll go. I'll get a lift.
I don't have to sign anything. I signed everything I was supposed to do.
Okay, just stay for a moment. Let me finish, please. This is part where I have to fill out about you. Anyway, it's Cheryl Escohorn, my former employer. Please just... Please. I need help and I just need help.
You need psychiatric help.
No, I don't. That's abuse that you're saying that. You need psychiatric help. Sweet B. Richton Sweet B. Richton Sweet B.
Oh, if you're using the version, I can be able to post bonds, so you have to pay a running fee.
77098.
Mm-hmm.
It's because this one people are trying to okay, does she have, does the defendant have any other charges? There's nothing? You sure? Yeah. Okay.
Vehicle.
You have to take the bond to Baytown, and then you have to bring it back to Harris County. And then when you bring it back to Harris County, somebody's gonna have to post it for you. So I can have my bond
one moment.
you up there, but it's gonna cost you
Rayfield.
Okay. So that 150 plus the 60 is 210.
And I want to go see Grandma. I haven't been able to see Grandma.
You couldn't go to grandma acting like that with that camera in your head.
Because you don't want me to see her because she might give me rights over the house or something. Because you're only letting me stay there and you're trying to entrap me using the legal system. I mean, this isn't right.
Go down there, post the bond, and ask her, right, because it's gonna be 4 trips. You have to take the bond to Baytown first, she's gonna dump it and sign it. Then you bring it back to county, you have to do your release form, and you take it back to Baytown, and then you'll release from there. Okay, so, yeah, no release from Baytown, I already put a hold on her. Yeah, take it to Baytown, just pay me the 150. Yeah, and then back to Baytown. Baytown County. And so we're gonna do, I'm gonna get 150. So if they give you the ID, that way you can move to yourself.
Oh.
So to come back into the office, okay? And if they don't give you the ID, come back, regardless if they do or they don't come back into the office, because if they give you your ID, you have to give you an authorization to post it on, and then the
Okay. Cheryl. S. Hold on.
And you want to change it? I don't care. Okay. They're like all together.
Who do I put as my best friend? Like, I don't have a best friend anymore. That's what I'm saying. Specifically, people alienated me against my friends. Who do I put as my best friend? Like, they specifically reached out and lied and defamed me. To you also. Who do I put as my friend?
You know, that's your answer to give.
I mean, I told Emilio we weren't friends anymore. I don't know if he considers us friends anymore.
Has it dawned on you that some of it's got to do with your behavior?
Has it dawned on you that I'm being hurt and nobody's taking it seriously or treating it appropriately, and your mind is stuck in the 1940s where it's all right for people to be abused at their sexuality? Has that dawned on you? And you take a bunch of drugs and you never actually engage anything? Has that dawned on you?
Finish that out. Because you can't stop, can you?
Exactly. You are always antagonizing me. That's why I can't stop. You are literally poisoning me with your poor form of psychology, actually.
Well, I'm gonna go, and you call a lift.
No, don't go. Why are you so like this? Why are you hurting me? You're not even helping me, really. You're doing the least that you can so that I'm like...
Do you even realize what you're saying to me?
I do. You're doing the least that you can to consider yourself appropriate, actually. Yeah.
Listening to all of this.
You're doing the least that you can to consider yourself appropriate, actually. I mean, that's it. No, I think you were part of the small group of women who would have said it was okay for men to rape women in the past. I think you're part of that small group of women. And I don't think you engage reality. I think you're an abusive woman who's...
Write this down, what women's thing is, okay? And so you can,
I'm gonna send this to the news. I mean, I can't get the news to engage this because you've done some kind of trick where you're in authority over them and maybe you're threatening them or someone's threatening them. I mean, you just need to speak out about this appropriately.
here's where it is. You need to be there. Your lawyer will be there.
How do I call him, say Bank of America here? I mean, Mom, Michael Moore has acted against my interest. I filed a thing. I'm filing something. I mean, there's no one I can file against. There's no recourse against your bad action or his bad action. You have acted illegally against my interest. You're my mother and you're protected against it. He has acted illegally against my interest. I mean...
If you could control yourself and keep
I
your
need
mouth
to get my
quiet.
stuff out of your car. Would you...
I'll bring your stuff in
No,
the
would
car.
you...
You can take it
No,
back.
Mom. I need to just get my stuff. Why are you acting like this? Stop it.
I just don't have to put up with you.
Mom, you're abusing me. Stop it. You are actively abusing me and you aren't dealing with this properly. You're going to be looked back on. You are actively the abuser. You're going to be looked back on as the abuser, not me. How crazy do you have to be to not realize that? I mean, you're leaving me at the bail bond place. You're not even taking me to go back to Grandma's. Like, how
I'll
crazy.
take you back to Grandma's if you'll promise me that you will stop.
Okay, yeah.
Four 7 0 1 2 3.
Yeah? Chicken?
Yes, please.
You say you were able to email from here, didn't you, Marvin?
I went the other day. I tried to get something from the email earlier today and I couldn't though.
No, I'm trying to email this right now.
So you're gonna need at least 4 references on the back, and then on this just put how long you've been at your address and how long have you been at your job.
Okay, so just people I know?
Yeah, 4 people. Please.
Okay.
No, can I help you?
Does he have the paperwork or not?
No.
How long have I been there? 1 month?
Huh?
1 month. I mean, I just pull out my phone and write some people down. I mean, that's it. Literally grab. Care. I mean, I don't.
Security?
I don't know older than you when I was talking.
You said y'all. So
Yeah, 1 and 2.
Oh,
It's a y'all.
check me.
It's a y'all. You know I love you.
You know what? It's Friday.
I don't know where Amelia lives. I don't have that information. I don't have. Do I?
Go down for
Do I have to have their cities and stuff where they live?
Bye, y'all.
Are you busy?
Yeah.
What do you want with, what?
Yeah, close enough.
Where does Josh live? What's his address? Do you know Aunt Kathy's address?
Oh, you're still doing the references?
Yeah. Do I need to have their addresses? Like I don't know
Oh,
if
you
I
have to
have.
have the numbers and addresses, full address, yeah.
Okay. I mean, can you help me with this? Do we have some references that I can? Otherwise, I mean, if they're.
Friend, relatives,
But we just don't know the addresses, that's our problem.
Yeah.
No, that's the main part we need to. We need full name, address, and phone numbers.
I can
Yeah.
I can just message them real quick.
Yeah, you can call them, you know.
Okay. I mean, we can add Anna Kate, right? Do you know her address?
It's 1210
Well, I just sent it back.
Hunters Park Way, Houston 770. I think it's 55.
Would you contact and try to figure out Josh's, and I'll try to find 2 friends of mine?
Good Josh, 1138 Westernwood.
So, it's 4, right? Oh,
Houston,
yeah,
seven.
I'm gonna need 4.
Huh?
4. So not 8, just 4.
77043.
77043. Okay, Kathy Stone, Hunters Parkway, state, zip.
77055.
Oh, where's that here? It's in the
On the back.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll put Amelia. I'll look up.
@gmail.com, right?
my phone is.
Emilio?
We'll put his mother's address in there if I can find my phone.
I mean,
I gotta get my phone. I have to go.
Just twisted it. You sure?
I have to get my phone.
Yes.
That was why.
Hey, but give it some time, okay? Give it like 5 minutes and then, okay? Okay, make sure you're watching. Okay? Thanks. Can you print this long for me, please, Melissa? Nothing wrong. Did it work?
so you got one more, and then, I mean, do you know Ron's address? Maybe I could just put that. or something. I mean, should I think of some friend? Should I get Emilio's?
Put Joel's address, you know that.
No, I'm not using. Joel is not my friend, Mom. He lied to you. He's an abusive person.
Stop.
No,
Just
you stop.
put-
Do you
need
realize
four
Joel
names.
is a
You
problem?
need 4
Do you not
names.
realize Joel lied? He's a criminal. He
Yeah.
perjured himself to the police.
Why don't you put down your father's name? And his address, you know his address.
I already, yeah, but he's already on the family thing.
Uh,
I just need one more. How about here? I'm gonna quickly call. Let me call Tom Hernandez real quick.
Who?
Tom Hernandez.
You ready? So this was simple. 0508 86.
86?
Yo, dude. I'm at the bail bond place, and I need to put down like a reference. Like you have to have 4 friends or references, and I'm trying to find a friend that you have to have their like a friend and then their address as well. Would you be able to? Would you be down to do that? And we talk about this tomorrow at the coffee thing. Would you? So can I write you down? Okay.
No, they tell me that
Thomas.
is a nice. I think your difference is a nice one. The thing is that they allow PRs.
And it says just your address and your phone number.
Any municipal will accept for custody.
All right. How do you spell it?
Yeah, well, it's not closing, but.
Okay, and then Houston
Yeah, it's not closing, but it's.
and
it's never
zip.
gonna be booking over it. Hey, can you put legal? Yeah, they're not closing.
And your like a phone number. I guess I can use this one, so I don't know what I'm talking about. So you have to have 4 references on the bond because I think they need to be able to call people and find you if there's if you like skip town or something. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna be at my grandma's house till the case. And so and you know we're meeting and talking tomorrow. So right, are you still down to do that? Okay, cool. All right, then I'll talk to you. I'll explain it there because I still gotta fill this out on this form, and I'll explain it when we talk tomorrow. And I just would really like to talk and catch up, and maybe some help would be nice. So, okay, thanks. All right, appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling well. Like, I feel traumatized, but yeah, she's sitting across from me right now. Yeah, but I can't get her to recognize people have lied about me to her and that her attitude about me is hurting me and her and everything. And I really, if like I can get my friends to point out that my other friend is not my friend and that he said wrong lies about me and perjured himself, then we can move on. But she's still under the idea that he's my friend and not some kind of abusive person that I was around and who was just trying to abuse me and trick me. I mean, she's really not engaging my reality. So I would just like I would like to talk to you about it. And like, we were always good friends. I like to maintain close bonds, or you know, I like to maintain bonds, but like I don't know what happened with ours other than you moved and like I moved, then I moved, and yeah, but let's just meet up tomorrow, we'll talk. All right, thank you very much for this. I'll talk to you later. Bye. All right, and then you know what Aunt Kathy's phone number is?
713-819-9601.
713-819-9601.
And Josh is 713-819-4601. 4669.
I'm scared.
Did you find someone else?
I was looking up Milo's mother's address.
I could call Francis Estrada.
Hold on, ma'am, I'm ready for you for now, hold on. Okay, it's 11:15. Congress. 4A, number 4.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that. I'm not. I didn't have my phone. I'll show you right now.
729.
Give me
This
it.
is Marie Pierre's address.
I will.
Alright.
749.
How do you spell that?
729.
I mean, how do you spell?
Her last name is spelled Stien.
Okay.
Marie.
1129.
No, 729.
Oh. 729
West 39th Street.
West. Do you know her number?
You know Milo's number?
Yes, ma'am, but Bob's already been made, he's gonna be getting out, he has to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, I don't know, both bonds already been set, he's just ready to get out. Somebody already said bond for him, ma'am. The bond for 2,000, hold on, ma'am, hold on. Sorry, I didn't even hold it, she just called me.
Okay.
What happened to you yesterday, you got lost?
Where were they going?
Coming over here, you said?
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you in just a minute.
Alright.
You ready? We're waiting for customer minutes.
Did you sign it and everything?
You're 12 hours straight just cheating on me.
But I mean, I told Amelia wasn't my friend anymore, but like, I'm being abused and no one's speaking out for me reasonably. No one's engaged this reasonably because people have been defamed to me. When they're defamed, that changes the direction of your actions. Your actions, instead of guarding them. I'm just gonna stop talking. But that's the problem, is that's why this character was created, to get me to stop talking when I'm being hurt and abused. That's wrong. That's an active form of authoritative abuse. No, I don't. You need to. You need to. You take more drugs. You have mood problems. You have all of this. No, stop. I need my clothes out of your car. Stop. This is what I mean. You're leaving right now. This is a mood problem. Then I'll stop talking, but you're hurting me. I can't stop because you're poisoning me down and you and the law are hurting me. So then stop, please. Then act in the way I'm asking you to. That is reasonable and actively what you should be doing. Yes, it is. Why is it not reasonable? Why have I been defamed? We're waiting on this woman. That's it.
What is that? What is that, man?
Oh, it's a GoPro. I'm recording.
Who?
GoPro.
A what?
GoPro.
Like for, like when you go in the water and stuff and
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I swear it all the time because
Oh, so
I think
you
it's a I think that people are in the future are going to be able to record their realities in ways to show people just their everyday, like journal their lives. And
I think there's an app on that.
yeah, and so I'm trying to like just do it, and with the kind of like there's different. I've gotten like different tools, and I'm like putting together videos, putting them on YouTube and stuff.
So you're his mom? You're not like videotaping people illegally, like because
No.
you can't do that.
No, I'm not.
All right, but anyway, on the other thing, I have individuals that are investors. That's the reason that caught my eye. And so I'm going, okay, well, he's either wearing that for two reasons. One, he's on one side or he's on the other side. But I actually have they're real estate investors.
Okay.
But
Okay, I'm sorry. Was it the middle getting about?
they're
Well, okay, well, it just shows what made them. And he had a $2,000 bond and the other one, I don't know. Both bonds already been set.
I don't have
Somebody
one.
already
I
said about
actually
that.
work
So,
here,
you have any
kind of,
questions?
sort of. But
Go ahead. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
that's
She's
like,
just filling that thing out.
Yeah.
What do you do? You
Yeah.
can give her that.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're just gonna turn this in and off we go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we're just trying to
Yeah, I mean, she's
get out of
filling
here.
her thing out, so she's not.
Hold on. You go ahead and take a seat. They'll be right back with you. Yeah, he goes to court on the 11th.
That was my leg.
Huh?
That was my leg that you just heard pop.
Well, the reason he got arrested is he was on probation. He was on probation. Yes. And that one he's at. So he has to wait to go into court. The judge is.
Only after court or-
Huh?
That's only after court.
After court?
Yeah, or the ones that have to check
Well,
in
he-
office. You don't
Well,
have to check in
no,
office.
for
You
the,
have to
for
go
the
to court.
probation, he doesn't
Oh, we can go
have,
through with the
and he
thing.
doesn't have a court date set for the probation yet. He has a bond for the last second.
Alright. Alright, here's the first one.
Yeah,
The one, the first, the disclosure notice stating that you will be checking in with us in person after court.
Okay.
And every Monday through the app. That's
Okay.
what it says then.
Okay.
Completed.
All right.
So can I get your initial, and
Yeah.
signature at the bottom, please?
No te mando, please hold.
Do you have the app?
I can download it right now.
Yeah, we'll download right now. Oh, it's signature at the bottom, please.
Okay.
Okay, alright. Well, and is this claim just stating that you don't have problems with immigration?
Okay.
So, signature, please.
They're in custody, they put him on real early. That would be a
Alright. The indemnity agreement just stating that if for any reason you don't show up to court, co-lender is responsible for full bail amount plus the court fees. So, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, there's a backside to this. Since there is no collateral received, there's no collateral given back at the end of the case, so yeah.
Do you guys send on the app like when court is or when
They
like?
should tell you the apps.
Okay, cool.
If you have any questions, give us a call, we'll know what happened to it.
All right.
Okay, alright, hold on. Alright, the promissory note just stating that you will abide by our rules and conditions for any reason. You decide not to start checking with us or anything, we can surrender your bond.
Okay.
Alright, theft of service, just stating that for any reason you don't show up to court and fees are not paid.
Yeah, let them
And because I know there's one will respond, we can file for theft of service. Take
Alright.
legal action.
I'm helping you at this one right now.
3/8/20.
How's your day, man? Yeah, how's your day?
Alright. Let me get your file just to make sure you have everything.
Okay. Alright.
Well, in the meantime, can you download the app?
Yeah.
talking that, it was not me that, no, because it was not me that talked to you and also too. You can't sit there and make an age.
I just want to cry all the time.
Huh?
I want to cry all the time. People are hurting me, and I wish if the Dynamo and Joel hadn't lied to you, I think you would be acting better towards me.
Matthew, you need some help. You need some psychiatric help.
They took me there and they said I was fine. Even you agreed that what they said was wrong, and then they said that the things which I'm saying are harassing, they said aren't, which these people are saying is illegal harassment. It's not making. I'm making sense. I'm making if-then. Stop. I'm not just feeling sad. I'm making if-then statements that make sense. You in the legal system are not making if-then statements that make sense. You're just trying to impose laws on me and not engage reality actively. Like, seriously, this is wrong. My rights are being violated.
Oh yeah, okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna register you right now for the app. You cannot log in right now until I sign you up. So, did you, you're the co-signer? Alright, let me make sure you have everything just, please.
No, sorry. ¿Cuál es su fecha de nacimiento?
Okay. Everybody missed this one. Oh, can I get your initial at the very bottom right here? See if it's close. Alright. Thank you very much. Let me see. Because they'll give you a call and they'll be like, oh, you gotta come back and sign this. Let's see, credit card decisions form sign.
Okay.
Alright, sir. Okay, let me send you over. Give me 1 second. We'll get you off the.
Alright. I mean, if it comes out later, there's a big scandal, people actively lied to you, what would you say? You won't even engage that reality. That's the reality of the situation. That is what the situation is. You're trying to manipulate it out of that.
Can you write your email,
Sure.
phone number, and email, phone number, and the last 4 of your social security?
You know I'm asking for diplomatic immunity, right?
You can't get
Yes, I can. They just issued it to a woman in Iran. Like, they're doing that now because justice systems are acting unjust, and this is unjust. The state of Texas and you guys look like bad examples of abuse. Please stop. That was my knee. I mean, you can hear the physical abuse on me. The weight of this rape is terrible. It hurts. Ah.
Can I get the last 4 of your social, please?
It's right there.
Oh, okay, it's my bad. I didn't see that part. Alright, so it's yoyox3@gmail.com?
Yes.
Alright, so let me get it.
You know, when you feel sad all the time, like
I don't feel sad. I only feel that because people are actively trying to put me in adversarially abusive and sad situations, and I can't get my mother, who is my guardian and lawyer, to help me. You haven't been helping me while you were my guardian because they were attacking me then, and people have defamed me to you, and you haven't acted reasonably since that, and I can't get you to engage the reality of the defamation, which has changed how you look at me and changed how you react to me. There is a real legal situation going on here, and I need you to engage this. People are trying to lock me in a dungeon.
need some help.
Yeah, I need you to help me, exactly, because you aren't helping me. You're abusive. That's abuse.
So why are we?
This is not a dungeon to abuse away my life, and you shouldn't have done this like this, and you shouldn't be acting so okay about it. Motion fitness, okay.
I am also checking. Are you gonna take a selfie right there?
According to
Alright. I'm gonna ask you to take another one right now again.
Okay.
So right now, there's no update, right? Call the dad and say, hey, listen, we will match, well, of course, through Thomas. I'm not overriding Thomas, but I'm saying, I maybe call Thomas and say, hey, listen, Thomas, this guy already.
And you want to do a check-in so you can see how it goes? Alright, just follow the steps that it tells you. Take a selfie.
I think the problem is,
Wait.
the thing is that the payment, the down payment isn't the problem. The problem is that he wants to do 200 bi-weekly. And we can do 200, but it's
It tells you your balance, your quarter thing, all that. You have to leave a comment, just put anything like hi or how you are or something.
Yeah.
I'll probably do like 325.
And then you guys do that every month, sir, and you'll be fine.
All right, cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a blessed one.
This is for you.
Thank you.
That should be your information.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. Rachel Swalwell.
Do you want to go to Grandma's or do you want to go to my house?
I would like to go to your house.
Do you think you can really control yourself?
I mean, I've been in control, but we can go to the house, yes.
I mean, the reason you don't have any hot water is because you upset Daddy so much the other day.
You guys are being upset that I'm being abused and you haven't taken it seriously, and it could be ended, and a lot of people's hurt and abuse could be ended if you took me seriously. People are actively lying to you. Joel lied to you. He's gonna face criminal action due to his lies. Actually, like, the Sovereign at Regent Square messed with my...
Do you want to just go to our house and take a bath and get your clothes washed?
You know, I'd like to do a lot, but if you can just take me back to Grandma's house, I think that would be best for both of us.
Yeah, I think so.
I
Because I don't think you can control yourself, for one thing.
I think you're a rapist, and that abusive language which you just used is so fucking terrible, I can't even imagine.
All right, get out.
Really?
Promise me that you wouldn't...
You're a fucking rapist, abusive woman. History is gonna remember you as that. Al is still alive. Al Shady. You're an abusive rapist, and you're allowing abuse. You're an abusive rapist.
I will take you to the house. Get in here and shut up, and I'll take
The standards of our community if they're literally too ill to keep going, and then we treat people who are getting older and who are suffering under a burden on us. But frankly, I think it's
People have taught you to be embarrassed about me when you shouldn't be.
You're abusive to me, and
No, I'm being abused, and I need you to speak out reasonably. You won't do it. I think they're letting you.
I'm going to go with bad.
You need help.
I need you to help me. All you gotta do is call the news. You aren't taking appropriate action as a mother. This is why you're going to be held to account. People are actively going to tell you you're a fucking disgrace of a woman and a mother and a rapist. Fuck.
Do you need some food?
I can order it when I'm at home. You don't actually give a fuck. You're just doing things out of fucking fuck. You are an active psychopath. Holy fuck. Just take me home, please. That doesn't help me when you're like, do you need food? I can get certain things. I need you to act for me in the way I'm asking. That's what I need. That would be reasonable and respectable as a mother. That would be right. You aren't doing that for me.
You told me that you wouldn't be home.
Because you didn't, you told me you wouldn't fucking act like a poisonous rapist. Fuck. How do you not realize your actions count? You're actively striking me when you're not dealing with this. Just take me back. Please stop acting like this. You're so wrong. people, because they're trying to disprove God, are trying to violate my human rights, and you're allowing it. I don't think it's like Mary, though I think maybe it's being posed at me like that. I think you could have just ended it by speaking out in the way that I've asked, writing on your legal letterhead, and or not allowing Joel to have libeled me. Or Hugo to have libeled me. Like, you really just could speak out, and the weight of your social power. I should get right. The weight of your social power. But I think you and the court system here, because I reached out and didn't alarm, and you guys watched me be raped with Caitlyn and all sorts of, like, every fucking woman, like Brianna Worthing and all these Britneys and shit, and all these Stephanies, like, literally, there's a bunch of women who are actively against me, and they're saying it, and you're actively shirking your duty as a mom and as my guardian and as my friend. You're not dealing with this appropriately. What would be appropriate is speaking out in the way that I'm asking. You've learned wrong and you're dealing with this wrong, and it's hurting me. And like, when I'm telling you it's hurting me, you're saying I'm abusing you. That is psycho rapist bullshit, Mom. Actually, that is psychobabble.
You promised me that you wouldn't.
You promised me you wouldn't birth me into a system where you rape me to death and I have to bring myself back. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that, Cheryl. I could have done it if you believed in me, but you don't fucking believe in me. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in fuck all. You believe in your psycho rapist fucking drugs that you take every day. You take a concoction of drugs which clouds your mind, and you're abusing me. You are a fucking psychopath. I'm literally crying I would be crying every day. I'm so traumatized by this. I'm telling you honestly, it hurts more than every day that I've been attacked like this. It physically is hurting me more that I'm being held down and attacked and raped than it hurt to be hit by a car. The car hurts less, and I have a massive bruise on my leg, and I'm telling you it hurts less. You can tell it doesn't feel good. But damn, it doesn't feel as bad as the attack on my leg, which I think you and Dad allowed. You didn't believe I was who I claimed to be or something, so you allowed people to rape attack me. And only that I've proved it. Like, only the crazy shit that's going around, which you are not allowing to connect. You aren't taking appropriate action. You're taking action like a rapist whore of a mother. I mean, actually, you and Joel have acted wrong. You and the Dynamo have acted wrong. You and a number of people, when they've defamed me to you, have acted wrong, and I can't get you to reasonably change your mind. That's repent. That's literally what the word means. Because you've acted wrong. What do I do when you're poisoning me? You're hurting me now by not engaging this. That's your point, is they figured a way to hurt me through attacking me through you, and I can't get any reasonable form of actionable anything against it because of how they've set up this system. They're trying to pretend like they're not doing it. You're trying to pretend like it's okay to hurt me like this. I'm physically being tortured right now. This is torture. You're adding to it. You're actively torturing me. This isn't fucking my voice. This isn't just me saying this. You are actively playing part in raping and torturing me. And you know it. You won't take fucking reasonable action because you're making me prove I'm God? What the fuck is wrong with your rapist whore of a mind? You are actively the most fucking crazy whore of a mother ever. You are a rapist whore. You've sold yourself because, look, Mom, I'm a good enough looking man and reasonable enough, and I have the word of God on me. 144,000 virgins could pledge themselves to me to be on my way with me and be my wife or connected to me and not give their sexuality to anybody else, and I could live forever, because that would be a kingdom of people that would get to the end because no one's playing abusive games around them, no one's trying to lock them up. And guess what? That's how the end of the book goes. And guess what? If you're not with me, you're locked the fuck out. You and Dad could have that, but no, you're just a dumb rapist and you're abusing me. You don't get fuck all. You get to die, actually. Do you want that, or do you want to be with me? I want to live. I don't want to be raped into death. And you're allowing them to rape me into death. The second death, literally at the end of the book you don't want to read, that Bible, is the lava death. Not the you being raped to death, but the lava death. Because the rapists don't give a fuck. They're just doing what you're doing. They play this game where I'm crazy when they're abusing me. No, you are psychos, and that's fucking abusive rape behavior, and everybody connected to it is shameful and should be ashamed. Fuck. This never goes away. This is literally what the Bible is about, is even the male energy creating a thing around your dad. Because I think women in sorority have figured out that they could rape their children, and it's all right. They get away with it via the law system, and the state of Texas is providing for the raping of Matthew Wilkins, and they're not participating in protecting me in a way which should be appropriate. Even when I've whistle-blown on things and I'm clearly connected to people who are going to deal with this, and you're going to be locked out of heaven forever. You and Dad, you're locking Dad out of heaven. How terrible is that?
It's not your decision.
Yes, it is. The word of God, Al Shady. Do you get it? God, my demon, Al Shady. Your father is actively speaking out against your fucking rape behavior, you psycho bitch. Holy fuck. It's like Kim and Marshall Mathers. Like his relationship with his psycho fucking crazy mother. You are worse. Literally, the Bible is about that. And there's a whole bunch of personality cults which are gonna agree and say you're the fucking worst rapist whore of a mother, and you need to be disciplined and will be. And the state of Texas is going to pay for this. I will get diplomatic immunity to deal with this. And a number of people attached to this, corrupt detectives, and people even in our family that are allowing abuse will be at least called out very publicly by the community, stripped of titles and authorities, and generally left out of happiness. That's the end of the Bible, is there is going to be a kingdom of people that live forever in happiness because they figured it out, and a bunch of abusive rapists tried to steal it away. If you want to be with me, change your fucking mind, repent. Otherwise, you are a crazy psycho rapist who is going to die in the burning lake. Actually, because that's what is going on. You can literally see the planet upending. People aren't covering this. It's happening now, Mom. Do you want to get off this place? You want to get out of here? Listen to me. There's obviously something going on around me, but you can see the planet going through its struggles. I'm literally watching it live on Twitter. The end of the Bible is a new heaven and a new earth. This whole, I think everything goes because they've... a third of mankind. Why? Because of what's going on. They've put me in a rape abuse dungeon and they're just abusing me. I think they tricked some of our family members to like either rape me through these Stephanie Justins or some kind of characters, and or, I mean, you've participated with Joel or someone, but I'm being rape attacked and I'm not being filled in. You're actively, someone's trying to cut off my ability to view. And in the least, your belief and help would be able to unlock some illegal bonds that are tying me down, but you aren't actively taking what is an appropriate role, nor are you taking what is a good role as a mother. You're letting me be hurt, and you're letting me be raped down, just like McSally said she was raped down. I'm being raped by the system. I mean, I got hit by a car. They put charges on me that were seen as invalid. There wasn't probable cause. Because it's obvious they're trying to bully me and abuse me. They've destroyed our relationship. I can't tell if you're a friend or a foe because you're acting so crazy. You don't act right, and you're saying I'm crazy, but you aren't actively engaging realities, Mom. You aren't actively engaging realities that need to be engaged, otherwise I can't move forward. I'm hurting because of them, because they're actively things related to my housing. Like, I don't actually have housing rights at this place where I'm living with Grandma. Would you write up a lease for me to stay there for months while cryptocurrency rebounds, while I work on other things to make money, while I get myself in order? Would you, and rehabilitate myself? Would you do that?
It's not my house, Matthew.
It's our family's. Grandma would be fine with it. She always says defer to you. You're not acting reasonable. You should just say, yeah, Matt, I'll work with you. I mean, you don't act reasonable.
You can stay in that house.
But I don't have rights, so I can be pulled out.
I can't give you rights because I don't own the house.
Well, here's an issue. Grandma could give me rights, and I think Grandma would.
I think she would too.
And I think that there's a number of things that I don't want to see problems with you and Dad, but damn, people are abusing me, and they're trying to they're abusing me, Mom. I need you to speak out about this. When I was being harassed in my apartment, is it legal for someone, like when I've signed a lease, is it legal for someone to be turning off and on my power when I'm in my apartment?
Well, of course not.
Okay, that is what was happening. I have evidence of it. I have enough videos of it to show that there's a pattern, a reasonable pattern that isn't just me being suspicious. You can clearly see evidence of them harassing me. It's in coordination with things that I'm saying. There is no way they can get around it. If you actually help stand up for me, they would be held to account. Nick Vo hasn't written this probable cause properly. I mean, all sorts of people have figured out they could defame me to you and get away with it and cause problems between us, because I think you're worried. You want me to be a good, upstanding, good person and citizen. I don't think I'm not. I think I'm a really good example, and I'm being hurt and abused, and I can't get people to reasonably stand up for me. I mean, I got hit by a car. It hurts more every day that I've been attacked at my foreleg with this Genesis 32 Revelation 19:16 thing. I believe that's why there's this thing, is someone's connected to this. Someone's connected. And I think it's pretty obvious it's me. I mean, a lot of people are connected, but in this way where, like, I'm putting my right leg down, a bunch of people are putting their left leg down. And
to respect the laws, make it so it hurts equally.
I'm gonna equally say boo. Boo, and that's a no-go on this.
yeah, that's not reasonable.
I'm not arguing with the concept of saving the term, but
That's what I've been saying, is literally the book of Daniel. It's a legal document, Mom, and it talks about a system being used to attack the set apart who is a sovereign. I believe getting diplomatic immunity would set me as a sovereign here in America, because our family represents something more. Our family represents a good America. And I can't, even when we're being as good as possible, we can't, like, we aren't getting a fair shake. And again, I think Dad is the Ancient of Days. And I think you get to be like literally like mother to the Word of God, like Mary, and I believe that's the whole point. But you need to wake up to this. Like, literally, this is all real and it's happening, but I can't get you to engage it, because I mean, I think you take a bunch of stuff, but then you say like I am, but then like what you take is technically more like psycho whatever, and it's turning out like I just joined normal today, because what I do is normal. Do you get that? And that's what it's coming out more and more, is that it's not problematic, and that's the science. It comes out every day that all these other things are not healthy, and I just want you to be happy and healthy and safe. I don't want you to be hurt, but I don't want to be hurt, and I can't get you to reasonably speak out, and I'm being hurt, and I know that you're reasonably speaking out would just end this. Like, actually.
Is this closed here?
No, I don't think so. And honestly, I like living at Grandma's, and I kind of want to get it up, and I'd be willing to invest money in getting it up and stuff. I just don't want to invest money and then get kicked out.
Well, you might, because Medicaid, when Grandma dies, Medicaid will be at that house.
Grandma's not gonna die if you guys listen to me. Please, I don't want Grandma to die. I don't think we don't have to be in money problems, because I know how to handle my money, but I was robbed from, and I can't get people to reasonably speak out for me. And I've been defamed to you, and I can't get you to speak out for me, and you hold a lot of weight. If you said that this was happening, people can't ignore it. But I can't get you to speak out with your words, because I think people have threatened Grandma. Or someone. Or you're just trying to play a game where you don't want to speak out with words. I have to prove who I am. The issue is that hurts people to do it like that. That's so hurtful. I mean, is that it? Or do you, I mean, this is really going on, so I don't think it's that. I think it's that people have defamed me to you, and you are a very rigid woman. You're gonna stick to what you think is the law. And if someone like Joel defames me, I really have to have the burden of proof is on me, right? That's why I'm wearing a camera all the time, and you can clearly see a lot of it, and I can reason out, and I have been. And I do believe people would stand up for me, but I think people are being told not to and encouraged not to, and I think it's really wrong. I think I'm being abused in 2019, and when I tried to pull any fire alarm that I could, like, I think there's a lot of things wrong with sexuality. Again, 144,000 virgins. Like, no, like, from no point I be abused, they don't be abused. I then can connect to people in a way where I deal with everybody's sexuality in a way where they're not caught in a dungeon anymore. Like, McSally felt, she's a strong woman. She's a senator, I think, or a rep. She's one of our elected officials, and she feels like she's been abused by the system and let down and raped by it, and that's how I feel.
Let's see, where's your, in the back?
Yeah. Can I show you my leg?
I want to go.
Okay, I'm gonna send you pictures of my leg. It's really, I mean, it looks really messed up, and I'm telling you it hurts more every day this other thing.
Well, you don't even want to follow through with filing charges against that woman.
Because, Mom, that woman wouldn't have to have charges on her if Nick Vo hadn't put false charges on me. I think that's unjust.
There's not any relationship.
Yes, that is. It's a series of unfortunate events, which, just like the defamation has led to this. If the Dynamo didn't defame me, if Joel didn't defame me, if people didn't keep lying on me, and that's the definition of devil and Satan.
I have to go.
Okay, let me get this. That's the definition of devil. Joel is Satan and the devil. He's not a good person. You've listened to an abusive man. You're letting Dad and our family down. I think we don't have to die. I think there's enough resources. Dad can be put on a throne, and so can I. That's what Michael means. I'd be sovereign of the people, and I think the people like me. Even in the jail, they're calling me rock star, actually, because I think people know who I am. So I love you, Mom. I love you, but I need you to speak out. Please. Please do that for me. Please. It could end a lot of people's hurt. It can end my hurt.
No.
Yes, it can.
It's not gonna
yeah,
solve,
it can.
It's not going to solve your
Yes, it
problems,
would.
Matthew.
Yeah, it would. Why do you not believe that? It's such a big public case. It really would. You just aren't seeing the whole sides of it. Please, just work with me in the way I'm asking.
Goodbye, man.
Please write a letter that says, my son is being bullied. In the least, that's obvious, right?
Go on, Matthew.
Why can't you do that?
Matthew, you need some help.
That would
It's
help me.
not
That is
writing a
reasonable.
letter
That's reasonable.
to the TV
Yeah, it
station or
is.
whatever.
Just write a letter outward on your letterhead saying, my son has been bullied. He's been attacked by a group of women. They aren't real. He can prove they aren't real. You can prove. You can see it. They aren't real women. Why won't you engage this?
What is this back here?
Someone pulling by. Mom, I think, did you see when we
There
came?
was somebody running over there.
He rode on his bike. Mom, people leave Amazon stuff and nobody takes anything because people know who we are and they like us. If you would say okay, no one's gonna hurt us. Some
Goodbye,
people are
Matthew.
satanic people like Joel want to hurt us.
I'm gonna watch you go in the house and go in the house.
I'm gonna order some McDonald's just so you know, because you said that. And I'm gonna order some McDonald's so you know I get fed tonight.
Okay.
All right? I love you. I want you and Dad to be taken care of. Money isn't gonna do it, but enough people behind us will.
If you want to do what we want you to do, you go get some psychiatric help.
No, you need to engage this in a reasonable way. I'm saying if-then computer statements to engage a reality of abuse. You are not engaging my.
Car is, the
I love you. I love you so much, Mom. I don't want you to be hurt, but you, Dad, I need to be put on a throne. Dad needs to be put on a throne. You need to be a queen. Dad needs to be a king. You need to not let them rape me. All you need to do is speak out. That would end a lot of people's abuse. Please speak out about this reasonably. I'm gonna send you more. They made her into a quiet death squad. I'll prove that to you. Will you listen to that? Look, here, reasonably. I will send you an email. Will you engage my email reasonably? Please. That's it. It'll be like an if-then. Look, is this woman doing this behavior? Yes. No, it's not crazy. That's hazing. You know that she's part of a sorority of rapist women, and they've gotten you to not speak out about it because you're part of the sorority, and that's rape and abuse. And you're raping me. You're raping me by not speaking out about this. That's abuse. Like, this is actively needs to be dealt with by some sort of agency. You're empowering rapist abuse because of your sorority. Bye, Cheryl. Dad needs to be put on a throne. You're bullying him by not engaging this right. Bye. Do you get it? Like, I still haven't gotten a hot shower since I got hit by a car. That's a reality that my mom can't shirk, but she's not engaging reality. I mean, I literally think she made some kind of deal with the state, and the state's, she's allowed the state to abuse me, but I have to prove that I'm God, and if I prove that I'm God, I get some kind of out or something, or else she didn't. She's just letting them rape me. Like, I think that the quiet character is built out of, it's operating against me through my mom. Like, actually, maybe she's attacked my father and that's why he gets put on a throne or something. Or, I don't know, maybe he's participated. What has happened that they actively are not engaging this right? At one point, they went to Mardi Gras last year, or I mean, they went to New Orleans. Did they participate in something there? Or when is it, what is it that I can't get them to engage this reality of abuse? Like, what is it? This is actively going on. This is really happening. This is how Jedi mind trick rape warfare works, where the women have learned that they can rape men and they do shady shit around it. Well, Al's shady, and he's gonna discipline his dumbass daughter for abusing and raping down the grandson that he loves. How does that sound? And who loves, and just, I mean, I think I'm also making a point, like, she's not listening to reason. Like, that's the reasonable authority. Reasonable authority isn't a gang of women, like a ma-fee. What's the ma-fee, yeah? Because a bunch of mothers know how to get in their kids' heads. So even the gangsters and shit, moms can fuck into their heads. The end of the Bible is, no, Cheryl, I'm not a gangster. The word of God is on me, and you're allowing me to be raped down so much that it appears I'm getting superpowers. You're a rapist and an abuser. You need to fucking change your mind. Like, you're in the least allowing them to poison me with this abuse. Every time they go, shh, that's a strike. That's a hurt against me. Do you get that? Like, that is a physical strike on my being. Every time my mom does that, that's a form of abuse in and of itself, that they're shushing me down as I'm being abused. Do people not get that that's not okay? When my mom says, shh, no. There's a character who is created to shh me down while I'm being raped. That's not okay. You can't be saying that. That's literally my point. That's why McSally and these women are saying they feel this way. Why? They've been raped. I mean, shit. And the system's raping them. I mean, that's what I've been saying. I didn't ever say it wasn't. When I say the system is, there's something in... I didn't get new bandages. I didn't get anything. See, if my mom really wanted to help me, she would have just immediately said, okay, and then let's go do these things. She doesn't want to, because she's a fucking ball of nervous drugs and energy. She, like, takes all sorts of, like, anti-anxiety and stuff drugs, instead of, like, listening to reason, because that's how you get out of situations where you're anxious, is you're not in a situation which would make you anxious, where maybe you've, like, participated in abuse against your son or something, and you can't actively speak out about it, or something. Like, what is it that she's allowing me to be raped and abused like this? Like, this is actively rape and abuse. There's clearly a bunch of people in league surrounding me and harassing me and abusing my life away. I can't get people to acknowledge or engage this reasonably, and I think they think I'm in some sort of rape furnace where it's like, it's just difficult on my being, which it is. It's not fun. It hurts. I'm physically hurting all the time. I would cry more probably, but I don't feel the need to, honestly. But, I mean, when I say I don't feel the need to, like, I physically, like, sometimes I want to cry at this point, but it's like, I can't work, like, I have the emotion, I have the feeling, it's just not coming here. It's like, I'm just like, I can't, like, I don't feel good. I want to cry. I know what that feeling feels like. I'm just, literally, it's like, something has already affected on that. I think my body's saying, like, this is too traumatic. If you keep crying, this is like, I mean, actively. I think it's supposed to be a form of, like, your body. I think it's a strike on I think it's an attack on your third eye. I don't think you should feel weak if you're crying, because I think it's a way that people have figured out they can, like, weaken a physical thing in your being and exert on it. Like, actively, like the Force in Star Wars. And so that's why certain people and groups of people do stuff like that, is they like incurring that feeling and that hurt on people, I think. And it's like, I don't want that. I just don't want to be abused anymore, you know? So any member of the state of Texas that's trying to run me through something publicly to abuse away my rights while they have the ability because there's some sort of secret society, you would all be pulled out and dealt with by actual law. Do you get that? Like, even if it's a form of law that you don't want to recognize as actually having control and authority. So, like, that's the whole point, is when a gang or, like, some secret group of people has worked their way into the police and they can act against interests of people. I mean, how do you deal with that actively? Seriously, how do you deal with that? What do you do? That's why you have IA. That's why I've been saying, hallelujah. First of all, I mean, just publicly, this is what IA should be doing, is what I'm doing. So when I'm calling out these officers on their actions, this is how this should work. This is what IA does, right? So, like, publicly, Nick Vo and a number of officers have not engaged this reality right, and I think he's participating with this woman. And I think something's up where my mom's not engaging this right. Like, a number of people are not engaging this right. The state of Texas is being used, or the city of Houston, or the town, or something, is being used to rape me down. Maybe she's embarrassed about certain things that I've said, but I've made satirical references to all these abusers because they've actively kept quiet on a system of abuse that's going on, where it's literally the whole point is to shush me down and not say anything and not actually engage it properly. And that's not okay, nor is it technically legal. Or if it is technically legal at the moment, it won't be legal in the future when it's provable scientifically that it's a form of abusive behavior. I mean, actively and actually. So, like, when it's you're literally connected to the people, you can go this way or that way. That's why it's like, change your mind, because it's like the behavior that's being brought on by the police is super hurtful and bad, and the behavior being brought on by the state of Texas. So, I mean, again, I'm asking for some diplomatic immunity from somewhere, help from somewhere. This is not okay that I'm being hurt like this, and it's not okay that people are hurting me here and abroad, and that it's being covered, and being like my mom, and people can just use this tactic where they say, no, you're crazy. I mean, are you raping Dad? Did you have an inappropriate relation, Cheryl, with a number of people publicly to hurt and emasculate or abuse Dad? Or do you know that that's happening to me and you're okay with that and you're allowing abuse on me for some reason? Any reason is inappropriate. Any reason. Not speaking out in any way is inappropriate. All of this action against me is inappropriate. It's not fun, it's not cool. It's only leading to bad stuff. So I'm gonna change out this card here and change out the battery. And start moving forward as much as I can. I mean, it's really shitty. I wouldn't have even done all that. I wouldn't have brought all my stuff. I wouldn't have taken all that time. My mom keeps acting in ways where I have to, like, shift my whole being, and then she doesn't do something that I actively need her to, like a small thing that is, if it is within this woman's burden, like, that my mom is trying to have me go to the, I don't want to press charges, or, like, I don't think this woman, like, if it's within this woman's legal reasoning to render aid, like she's being forced to render aid to me when she's hit me, it is within people's legal reasoning that Stephanie Justin or whomever has hit me or struck me via these means actively has to render aid and deal with it, but they aren't doing that. They're using the system of law to torture and abuse me. And that's happening in 2019, and it's happening publicly, where they're trying to make an example so that people don't act like model citizens, and then when they're attacked wrong, that they don't take some kind of authority themselves and then like deal with the attackers. Like the police have, like people figured out they could, criminals have figured out they can work their way into the police and legal system and act against people's interests and use the codified system of law to abuse away people's rights and entrap them. That's what's gone on with me. That's been going on with me. This needs to end. This is wrong. It's illegal and abuse. If they're cutting off my ability to reach out with my publicly in any way, or cutting off, like keeping me from connecting with people, that is illegal as well. That is abuse. If there's a temporary restraining order, it is illegal. People need to render me aid and they can't render me aid, yet you're saying this woman has to render me aid? Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make reason. I'm literally holding the system to a form of reason as it's unreasonably harassing and abusing me, and no one's giving a fuck, and all that would have to happen is people give a fuck. I mean, seriously, this could fix mine and a lot of people's issues. People really need to take this seriously. This could actually end a lot of heartbreak and a lot of problems here in America. We can move to a better society where the people are actually taken care of, and where people have a chance to really be happy and not die and live forever. There's a new heaven and new earth. I don't know if that means completely, we're on a new planet, or if things are just so reworked it seems like a kingdom of heaven on earth, right? Could be that. I believe something better can come from people just listening to the form of reason that I'm giving out and explaining and reasoning. I mean, this is reasonable. What I've been explaining is reasonable. I don't think people's actions around me are reasonable. I think what I've been explaining is super reasonable. I think you can clearly see, by the way, like we're looking at this volcano here, and it's like you can clearly see this stuff is connected to like what's going on with me, by the way. Whether you want to believe that or not, I mean, like the Kilauea event, these like El Popocatépetl wasn't even doing this like at the beginning of the fall. And you can just check that on my Twitter. I mean, it's like they're trying to cover up a massive scandal where like the planet itself is reacting, because there's no way forward for the planet itself is gonna wouldn't make it out of this. Maybe that's why there's a new heaven and new earth. Like, oh, the planet does get to make it out in a way that's reasonable, because the inconvenient truth is that the people are going to be dealt with who are causing this problem, those who are destroying the earth. That's why it's the sixth seal is like, oh, it's time to destroy those who are destroying the earth, the sixth trumpet. I mean, I believe in the religious stuff, but I can see actively something going on that's not being engaged in any form of science nor any form of reason that is making any form of sense other than what I'm saying. I mean, you can clearly see these actively going on, and this actively going on around my being. You can clearly see the weather stuff. Even in the videos, you can see it. So, whether you believe that or not, you can toss that aside. I'm being harassed and abused. I have my rights to believe the religious stuff, but me having my human rights violated and my civil rights violated, that's wrong. That's abuse. I'm being tortured. I'm being raped. I'm being hurt in a way that is not legal, nor should never have been allowed, nor shouldn't be allowed. And I believe that if people stood up with me and for me and with me properly, I wouldn't be in this, and I would be like, I would have enough weight behind me to not be caught in these situations, right? So if they gave me diplomatic immunity and sovereignty, like, this house has more history in it than most places in Houston, actually. And they don't want to make, like, a museum out of this or make something, reasonable. Like, there aren't too many houses like this in 3rd Ward where, I mean, my grandma is still living in here, and, like, my dad was born here, I believe, and, like, it really, Vietnam veteran, son of a World War II veteran, like Buffalo Soldier, Moses Leroy, civil rights activist. Like, I think we have a lot of value, and our other family members do too. And I'm so frustrated that nobody and none of my family or friends are speaking up for me appropriately. Appropriately is in the way that I'm asking. I'm not being so inappropriate that it's not reasonable to look at what I'm saying and say, okay, he has been attacked so atrociously and he can't get out. How do you articulate this? How do you get all of this out in a way that's reasonable and very able to deal with it? It's mind-boggling and it's difficult. So I ask for help on this. I want diplomatic immunity. I want some kind of help. Please help me. I don't want to be caught in this situation. I don't think people have to be. You know? All right, I'm gonna end this video here, and I'm gonna post this online because I think it puts forth a lot of the arguments that I've been trying to get out, and you can see a lot of where I'm like caught in a dungeon where action from my mother, rendering aid in an appropriate fashion would fix my issue. Rendering aid like the woman is being required, else she's gonna go to jail. I mean, does it look like? I mean, this is again, it's a system that's like. I'm saying that it's a clear system that's acting mechanically and robotic and not taking people's actual cases into account. It's acting in a way which is illegal and abusive inherently. And like with this woman, I'm not trying to press charges or file charges against her. I mean, again, unless she actively was paid off to hit me or something, unless there was intent to hit me, I don't see a reason. She wasn't acting safe. She does have to yield, and you know, I would have enjoyed, like, she was gonna take me to the hospital. I would have maybe, I mean, she was gonna take me to the hospital. She was really shaken up too. That's part of my point. I've made a lot of points on it, and I think it's just ridiculous that they aren't even listening to me about this. Are they just gonna literally lock this woman up for no fucking reason and abuse away her rights? Like, this wouldn't have happened, again, if Nick Vo hadn't have put these charges on me, which are not even argue. It's just really obvious they're written poorly. It's written wrong. There is wrong statements in them. There's a number of false statements. There's a number of statements that don't add up. There's a number of things which it's like, well, if he tells me, why can't I just ignore the women? Why can't the women just ignore me? There's a number of double standards which aren't being engaged. There's a number of abusive situations which are being empowered by the state against me. And I just really would like it fixed. So I'm asking for help on this, and I'm asking for it to be fixed. And again, if this woman has to render aid, then all these women who are clearly watching me and not rendering aid need to be held to account. And like, when I'm satiring their abusive behavior, I don't need to be told that I'm harassing them. I need to be thought of as some sort of model citizen because I didn't go hurt anybody. I mean, I literally just made they rape emasculated me or emasculated me in a form of abusive behavior that they shouldn't have participated in. And you know what I did? I took my power back. To all these women who are like McSally. Arizona GOP Senator Martha McSally says she was raped in the Air Force by a superior officer. And then she says, she calls for change. I think some Air Force lady, Heather, just retired. She says she was preyed upon. And it's like, I think that there are even women who are engaging that they're preying upon me. I think I've been preyed upon since my childhood. I think there's abusive people and positions of authority that have used their authority in ways that they shouldn't against me, and that are actively doing that, and I would like help against it. And, you know, again, last part of this, if this woman's being held to have to render aid, there's a number of people that should actively had to have rendered aid for either participating in this and having struck me, or, and I think that's the state of Texas, I think the judgeship or something, I mean, I say the judgeship, some kind of something struck me via these women. And something is protecting them via the judgeship here and magistrate here. I don't have a problem with magistrate and authority. I have a problem with it being used wrong, and it's being used wrong, and it's being used historically wrong. And like, this is a real issue that needs to be engaged, really. It's not as if I haven't thought this out, and it's not as if this isn't some kind of very reasoned approach. Because how do I get out of this? How does one come from death also? Like, knowing that my timeline would end in death if I didn't take extreme action. How does one go from life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness? Some people cut me off in secret. How do I get that back? It's like I have to take extreme action, and I've done it, and I've gotten it back reasonably, except I'm being held down by the law and by a number of people not rendering aid in the way they should. Like my mom, I think she should render aid. That being said, that's all I have. Like, that's all I have to say. I don't think that, I don't think there's much more to say here about this. I believe I'm being harassed and treated wrong by the state of Texas and by the government in the United States. The government's allowing it. Maybe Trump sits on a throne, the beast throne, and he's allowing abuse from somewhere else, like someone sits on a kind of other throne and it's abusing me. I think maybe a number of people do. So I asked for help with that. I'm asking for either diplomatic immunity. When I'm asking for sovereignty in the written statements, that's me saying I want some sort of diplomatic immunity. I just don't think that that's what it would. No, I guess diplomatic immunity makes sense, but from some group where it would make sense to give me diplomatic immunity. I mean, there's a number of people and groups that, like, my character as a person should provide that. That's what this is. Israel, I mean, actual Israel itself. A number of countries that I don't think want to be destroyed by volcanic or earthquake activity, that, like, whether I want to or not, I'm tied to a thing. If you let me be abused, it's going to hurt you and everybody else, so you shouldn't let this happen to me. And I would hope that someone takes this appropriately and takes the appropriate action. Again, we've gotten to a point where they're able to dictate what science is, and so that's another thing, and they're dictating science on mental health. And so people keep using this trick where they're saying I'm mentally incapable when they've actively acted wrong, and they aren't giving any form of reason moving forward that is holding up their actions other than they're the authority and they're going to do what they're doing. And sometimes they can just hold statements up that are untrue, just like the probable cause. Even the probable cause, like on the harassing things, it's just not true. It's not written right. I mean, it's not the truth. And so there needs to be, it's not nearly the whole truth, for sure, but it's just written in a way which is defamatory and not correct. And that's why, again, I'm gonna end this. Make me IA here in Houston. Like, I think that even the streets would respect that. Oh, he has the power to arrest cops? What the fuck? I mean, and then the judges here in Texas and people, it's like you have an example of a person. Like, look, if you work hard enough and you set an example, your family sets a good enough example of how to be, you can be sovereigns. You can be, you know what I mean? And that's part of what I'm saying with the kingdom of heaven. You have an opportunity to go from not, like, common to set apart by God. I think God sets apart from the beginning. But, like, you have an opportunity to go from something not considered less, something considered less, to something considered greater. So, I would like help with that and setting that up for me, because I think that my family deserves that. I think I deserve, I don't think I deserve all this. And I know Jesus didn't deserve what happened to him, so I realize that happens to especially people who hold to the word of God. And the word is Yah, that's why you say hallelujah. It means rave over Yah. So this DJ here who can arrest police and who is a real person with real tendencies and wants to fix a lot. And I think I stand for a lot, and I think I stand for it reasonably, and I think I stand for a better way forward. And so I want people to help me. So I'm asking for help. Please help me. Please work with me. Please don't let my life be ruined like this. Don't let these people do this to me. Other than that, that's it. once this ends, I'm going to take out the card and take out the battery, put a new battery in, put a new card in. Order some food here in a bit. In a moment. Order some McDonald's like I told my mom. Get a double quarter pounder of cheese and some fries. And you know, maybe an apple pie. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all. I hope you've enjoyed this and will take into consideration all the things that I'm saying within reason. And please help me, because I think it would help not just me, but everybody. Like, actively. And by the way, when I'm saying the power to arrest cops, I don't really have time or want to go out arresting cops, but I think that there should be someone who can look over cases from the community and say, like, in specific and extreme cases, just point something out and say, no, that's not okay. You know what I mean? Or something. And in other situations, like, take my reason and advice on it, and as well, you know, I think that's the end of it, is a righteous judge, because even the judgeship here would say, oh, maybe we should set something up, or maybe people would set something up, like there would actively, I mean, you can vote on this shit. We live in a moldable system, right? So if people want to see a better reality and more change, work with me. Don't fight me. I mean, I'm not trying to fight people. Work with me. I'm not trying to fight people. Like, I am who I am, and what's going on is what's going on, and I would really like help with it. So, all right, that's it. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah.